Hello, I'm Michael Jerry from Jerry's Barbershop, and today we're going to go through a shaving tutorial. So before any shave, we need to make sure that all our equipment is clean and sterilized. This reduces cross-contamination. First of all, we'll take our razor and we'll place it into a sterilizer. This is just to keep it nice and clean, ready for when we perform the shave. We're going to make sure that we have a set of clean towels, clean gloves, some boiling hot water to place our shaving brush into. We've got our pre-shave cream, our shaving cream, and our aftershave balm. Also have a mixing bowl, some more sterilizer, and some talcum powder. And finally, of course, some blades. This is our towel steamer, and these are our towels. This steamer is to preheat the towels ready to go onto the customer's face to warm the hairs and the skin. It's best to follow the manufacturer's instructions on how to use this. This is our sharps box. We're going to be using it to dispose of our used blades. So we're going to be doing the consultation on Paul. We need to see the way his hair grows. We need to see if he has any skin tags, any spots, any moles that could affect the shave, anything that could irritate his skin. We're also going to be considering his lifestyle, where he works, if work requires him to have a full clean shave, or if he's okay to have a mustache or a goatee. We're also going to ask Paul if he takes any medication, because medications such as warfarin, if there was to be a mole or a skin tag and we was to go over it, it could bleed quite profusely. So the next step is to put our brush in some warm water to let that soak for a minute to soften up. We already have our razor in the barber side to keep that clean and sterilized. And we also have our towels in the steamer getting warm already. We'll now place on our gloves. This is to keep your hands clean while shaving the customer's face. To fold the towel, we'll fold it once in half. Take both ends. Paul, if you could put your head back for me, please. Take the towel, place it over the face, being sure not to cover the nose. Take one end, fold it over the forehead. Take the other end, fold it over, and make sure that's comfortable on the customer's face. Now that the towel has been on Paul's face for about 3 minutes, we're going to remove the towel, fold, and place away. That towel was to clean the skin, warm the face up, open the pores. We're then going to take some of our pre-shave cream, apply it into our hands, and apply to the face, being sure to get under all the hairs, through the mustache. This will further clean the skin and soften the hairs and help the blade glide smoothly across the skin. We're going to now apply a second towel. This is to further soften the skin and the hairs. Placing it over, again being sure not to cover the nostrils, like so. While that one's on, we're going to take our shaving bowl and our shaving cream. We're going to apply a small amount into the bottom of the shaving bowl. Get our shaving brush. Make sure there's no excess water on there. And then lather it up like so. So we're trying to get a very thick, creamy lather, and this is going to lift up the hairs so the blade can get as close to the skin as possible. Just like that. So the next part is to get a clean white towel, place it over the customer. This is going to be for the excess shaving cream after you've done your passes, you wipe the blade off and then continue. Always keeping a clean blade, making sure that the blade doesn't get clogged up with any lather and hair, because that can affect the way it goes over the skin. We're now going to get our razor, wipe it down now that it's been sterilized. So this is a typical Chevette razor. We're going to open it up, open the top and swing open like so. We're then going to take our razor, snap it in half like so, being sure not to touch the edges. Open up and take out. These two slots here, the blade fits into there like so. Swing that back over, being sure that the blade is showing, and then place down like so. Now that the towel has been on, we've prepared for our shave. We are going to remove the towel. We're also going to place this towel in a cold place. Somewhere like a fridge would be perfect, or near an open window over a chair. What this will do is afterwards we're going to place this on the customer's face and it's going to close up the pores. Now that the towel is in a cool place, we're going to get our shaving bowl with our lather and our shaving brush. Get as much lather on as possible and lather the face. So we're going to start off on this side, just lathering over the face, getting as much on there as possible. And then we're going to go through and do a circular motion. This is going to lift any dead skin cells, any dirt, any grime out of the pores to give us that really nice clean shave. Being sure to get over the chin and over the neck. We'll then get some more lather and lather the other side of the face. Again, really getting it in there. Nice circular motions. The best way to get the mustache is to fold the brush like so. Lift the nose out the way a little bit and go over like so. Being sure not to get too much on the lips. Wipe off any excess on your towel and you're ready to go. So we take our razor and I'll open the blade, place our pinky finger on the back here, our 3 fingers on the top and our thumb underneath. This gives us total control when shaving the face. So we're going to perform our first pass. We'll open the razor, get our customer to place his neck slightly to the side, and we're going to start off on the sideburn here. If we wipe off a little bit of the lather, we know our starting point. Now, being sure to stretch the skin and keeping the blade at a 45-degree angle at all times will stop the blade from getting caught on the skin. So now that we know where our start mark is, which is here, this is where the customer would like his sideburns. We're going to stretch the skin, keeping the blade at a 45-degree angle and doing our first pass. We'll come down in inch-long segments, keeping the skin taut at all times. Continuing down the face. Once you have lather on your blade, just wipe it off nice and simply on your paper towel. And keep repeating this process. Keeping with the hair grain at all times. Coming down the neck. Down the cheek area here. And then we're going to come over the chin in this direction here. You can use both of your fingers to stretch the skin here, being sure to keep that blade at a 45-degree angle at all times. Come over like so. keeping with that hair grain. We're going to get our customer to bring his head straight and continue passing over the chin. Where the mouth ends here, push to the side, stretch the skin out and pass over. We are then going to shave down the neck area. If we get our customer to lift his chin slightly, we're going to shave down. Again, staying with the grain. Now at the bottom of the neck, our customer's hair grows up slightly. So we're going to change direction, come over the top, wipe away some of the lather, stretch down and shave in an upwards motion. You want to apply as little pressure as possible and just let the blade do all the work. Going to get our customer to place his head to the side, wipe our line away for our sideburns, stretch the skin and do the same motion. Coming down the cheeks, down onto the neck area. Keeping our blade clean at all times. Now for this portion of the face, because we shaved the other side, we've removed some lather. If we close our blade, take our brush and just pop a little bit back on. It's always good to keep the lather there so the blade can pass over the skin smoothly. We'll then continue sideways over the chin, keeping the skin taut and the blade at a 45-degree angle. We're going to get the customer to lift his chin up slightly. We can stretch down and come down the neck like so. Again, the neck hairs here grow upwards. So we'll come over and shave in an upwards motion. Over the Adam's apple here, because it produced quite a bit, we're going to pull the skin to the side and the hairs that were over the top are now on the side and we'll shave them off. Same on this side, bring it down and shave over there. For this section here, we're going to get our customer to put his tongue underneath his lip and balloon out this section. We're going to shave in a crosswards motion. And get as close to the lip as possible, but not going over onto the lip. So for this crease here, we're going to stretch the skin out and just come in a downwards motion. For the mustache, we're going to do a backhand motion. We're going to take our razor and switch it round. Still keeping the 3 fingers on the top, the pinky on the back, and the thumb on the side. We're going to take the nose, do what we call a piggy nose to stretch this part of the skin out, and shave in a downwards motion like so. We're then going to move over and shave across this way. Really stretching the skin around this area. This can be quite sensitive on a lot of men. For this part here, we're going to stretch the lip across and shave just out that bit there. So we're going to come across, shave this portion, down like so. For the corners of the mouth, stretch open and remove any hairs in there. And the same for this side, stretching open and shaving out. So we've shaved the first pass, going with the grain, being sure to come up on the neck with the grain, over the mustache, over the chin. So we're gonna change the blade. I find it goes better against the grain if you've got a fresh blade in. We'll remove this and put it in a sharps disposal box. We're going to take this one, place it back in like how we did before. So we're going to take our third towel, place it over the customer's face, again further soften the skin and open the pores. Folding this towel how we did before, long ways over the face, being sure not to cover the nose. While the towel's on the customer's face, if we mix up a little bit more lather in your hot water, and lather that back up as before. Keeping that nice creamy thick lather. We're going to now remove this towel. We've already got a towel in a cold place, so we don't need to put this one there. So we're going to take lather, make sure it's thick and creamy, and again apply it to the face, making sure it's all over the skin, nice and thick, to help that blade pass over smoothly. Let's come over the mustache, for the brush like so. Now that the customer's face is lathered up, we're going to take our razor with a fresh blade in. We're going to get our customer to lift his chin up slightly, stretch the skin, and we're going to take our second pass. We're going to come up in an upwards motion, being sure to keep the skin nice and taut. Come over the crease on the chin here, pull down, and then come in up the side of the cheek like so. Keeping the blade clean at all times. We're then going to pass from the chin up to the cheek here, keeping against the grain to get that really close shave. Passing over the chin again. this crease in the chin here, scooping out in a scooping motion. For the crease in the skin here, we're going to get Paul to pop his tongue underneath his skin here. And we're going to shave again in an upwards motion, getting right up to the lip there. Being sure not to go over because the lips are very soft skin. The hairs can be very thick in this area, so just let the blade do all of the work. So we're going to get our customer to place his head to the side, and then we're going to shave this side. So here, nicks can happen. This can be where either the hair's been pulled out or the skin is raised just a touch. Just wipe over it, wipe it on your paper towel, and it should stop. If not, then use a step-tit stick, place it over. This may sting the customer a little bit, but it will close up all of that and dry out the blood. We're then going to come over the chin in the opposite direction. Keeping against the grain. So for the moustache, we're going to go over the moustache again, keeping with the grain because the moustache can be quite a sensitive area and you don't want to irritate. Again, using that backhanded motion, coming down, being sure to get into the creases of the nose up here, and coming down this side once again. Being sure to get any small hairs that are around the lips here. We've shaved with the grain and against the grain. Now that the customer's face is fully shaven, we're going to take our cold towel, we're going to place it over the face, and that's going to remove any excess shaving cream or foam that we have on the face. It's also going to really close up the pores and stop any dirt or grime from getting in. So now that we've got the cold towel, we're going to fold it as before, the same with the hot towel. Place it over the face and over the top of the head. We're going to press it onto the face and just wipe away any of the excess shaving foam, making sure it's pressed against it to close them pores. We'll then remove the cold towel. We'll have a quick look at the customer's face. Take our razor. If there's any small hairs that you may have missed during the shave, you can find that the shaving foam sometimes covers up, so it's always best to just check afterwards. So now we're going to take our aftershave balm. This is going to further close the pores and moisturize the skin. Place an even amount in your hands. And then massage into the customer's face. In here, Making sure the cream's all over the face. Really soften that skin and keep them pores closed. Now we're going to take a fresh towel, fold it over, take our talcum powder, and we're going to place a bit on. And this is going to dry out any of the excess moisture on the face. So we're just going to dab, like so, fold the towel over and remove the excess. Being sure not to rub the face too much because this can irritate it. Place our towel down. Now we're going to take the customer, bring him into the right position. You're going to tell him that you're going to be bringing him up nice and slowly, being sure to hold onto the back of the chair to prevent the chair from falling backwards or coming up too quickly. Just going to raise you up. We're then going to take our mirror, show the customer, make sure that he's happy with the shave. Is that okay, sir?
Very good, thank you.
Remove the gown. Now that our shave is complete, we're going to ask our customer, make sure that they enjoyed their shave, that it was a nice experience for them, and offer any aftercare advice that would be suitable for them. This includes things such as a daily moisturizer or an exfoliation cream just to wash their face with to get rid of any ingrowing hairs or any sensitive skin. Now we're going to tidy up Barry's beard. We can see on the side here that from where his hair meets his beard comes out slightly. So we're going to trim that down just to make sure it blends in. We're also going to take the razor and shave around the sides to clean up any of the edges and underneath. Also, across the mustache, where the mustache meets the beard, we're going to trim them ends down to make sure that they don't come over the mustache. We're going to trim them ends down to make sure that they don't come over the lip and cause any irritation. These are the products that we have today. Shaving gel, the aftershave lotion, the beard oil, a towel, fresh blade, and our razor and sterilizer. We use shaving gels over creams when shaping up beards so you can see where the razor is going at all times. So we're going to take Barry's head, just ask him to recline it back slightly, and this gives us the right angle to get into the beard. We have our customer reclined. Before we start, we're going to take a couple of drops of beard oil. This is going to soften the beard and just make it easier to comb through and cut. We apply a small amount on our hand. We rub it through. And then we just apply over the beard, running our fingers through, making sure it's all on there. Then we take our comb and just comb through the beard, making sure it's all facing one direction and being sure to get all of that beard oil through. This also shows us where we need to take out any of the hairs to make it look blended in. So we're going to trim Barry's beard by coming down on the sides, across on the bottom, and trimming the mustache. Be sure when trimming the mustache to use some cotton pads to place over the eyes, as the mustache is quite close and we don't want any hairs flicking off and irritating the eyes. Now we're going to take our clippers and our comb and we're going to trim down the beard. We've got our eye pads on to make sure no hairs flick up into the eyes. Now we're going to trim down the other side, the same manner as before. We've now trimmed down both the sides, the moustache and the bottom of Barry's face. We're going to take our mirror and make sure that he is happy with the end result.
Yep, that's fine, thank you.
Excellent. Now we can continue with razoring each side of the edges of the face. So for a partial shave, we're going to apply some shaving gel. Rub it through our hands, apply it to the customer's face. We're going to place the customer's face to the side and just razor around the edges without going too far into the beard. Keeping the skin taut at a 45-degree angle and shaving in a downwards motion with the grain. We are then going to shave upwards to remove the excess off the cheek. If there's any excess hairs around the moustache area, use a razor in a backhanded motion and razor down them parts. So we're going to be repeating the process on this side also. We're now going to take a clean towel, wipe off any of the excess. Then get our aftershave lotion, a small amount in our hand, rub through and apply this to the cheeks. You could also tell the customer that they could use a moisturizer at home to keep these areas of the skin nice and smooth, or an exfoliating cream to get rid of any dead or dry skin. So this is our completed look. As you can see, it's symmetrical on both sides and at the bottom. Also, our customer is extremely happy.